You are not responsible for saving everyone. You are not responsible for fixing everything. This is not selfishness. This is wisdom. Let that land softly. If you are watching this right now, I want you to know something. I see you. I see the weight you carry. I see the way you lie awake at 3 in the morning, replaying conversations in your mind, rehearsing better words, searching for the perfect thing you could have said that might have changed everything. You are the one everyone turns to, the fixer, the helper, the strong one who holds it all together, and somewhere along the way you forgot that you are allowed to rest. You forgot that you are allowed to say no. You forgot where you end and others begin. Your heart is not the problem, my friend. Your care is not a weakness. The love you give so freely, this is beautiful. This is rare. But it is breaking you quietly, and I need you to hear this. If you have spent years trying to help someone who will not help themselves, I see you. If you replay arguments in your mind, searching for the words that might finally make them understand, I see you. If you feel responsible for outcomes you cannot control, for choices that were never yours to make, I see you. You give your strength, your kindness, your patience. You pour yourself into people who do not change. You pour yourself into situations you cannot fix. And slowly, so slowly, you barely notice you are losing yourself. The exhaustion you feel is real, the frustration, the quiet desperation of trying so hard and seeing nothing shift. This is not because you are not doing enough. This is because some things were never yours to carry. There are people in your life right now who take everything you give and still ask for more. Not because they are cruel, not because they do not love you, but because they have not learned to save themselves. And you, dear one, you keep trying to save them. You rehearse conversations that will never happen. You plan interventions that will never work. You hold on so tightly to how things should be that you have lost sight of what is. And the hardest part? The guilt. The terrible, heavy guilt that comes when you even think about stepping back. Because stepping back feels like giving up. It feels like abandonment. It feels like proof that you are selfish, that you do not care enough, that you have failed. But my friend, listen closely. You cannot fail at something that was never your responsibility. You are not responsible for other people's choices. You are not responsible for their healing. You are not responsible for their happiness. You are not responsible for saving them from themselves. This does not make you cold. This does not make you heartless. This makes you wise. Somewhere along the way, you forgot where you end and others begin. You forgot that loving someone does not mean carrying them, that caring does not mean controlling, that wanting the best for someone does not mean you can force them to choose it. Your love is not the problem. Your care is not a weakness. But the burden you are carrying, the impossible burden of changing people who are not ready to change, this is breaking you. And I need you to hear this, my friend. You are allowed to put it down. You are allowed to step back. You are allowed to love people without drowning in the attempt to save them. This is not giving up. This is not abandonment. This is wisdom. This is how you survive. This is how you protect the light in you that has given so much for so long. You are not responsible for saving everyone. And that, my friend, is the truth that will set you free. I know why this is so hard for you. Letting go feels like giving up. It feels like abandonment. It feels like proof that you are selfish, that you do not care enough, that you have failed the people you love. And I need you to understand something. This guilt you feel, it is not proof that you are doing something wrong. It is proof of how deeply you care. You are afraid that if you stop trying, you have failed them. You are afraid that stepping back means you never really love them at all. You are afraid that releasing control is the same as not caring. But my friend, you cannot fail at something that was never your responsibility. Let me tell you why this feels so impossible. Your whole life, you have been taught that your value comes from holding things together, from fixing, from saving, from being the strong one, the reliable one, the one who never gives up on anyone. You learned early that love means sacrifice, that caring means carrying, that if you truly love someone, you will do whatever it takes to help them, even if it destroys you in the process. And so, you became the person everyone turns to, the fixer, the helper, the one who never says no. And somewhere deep inside, you began to believe that if you stop being this person, you stop being valuable. This is why letting go terrifies you. Because if you are not the one holding everything together, who are you? If you are not the one saving everyone, what is your purpose? If you step back and let people walk their own paths, what does that say about you? It says you are wise, my friend. It says you understand something most people never learn. You can love someone without carrying them. You can care without controlling. You can be there for someone without drowning in the attempt to save them. Letting go is not giving up. It is giving them the space to save themselves. It is trusting that they are capable of their own journey, even if that journey includes mistakes, pain, and lessons you wish they did not have to learn. When you hold on too tightly, you are not helping them. You are teaching them that they cannot survive without you. You are teaching them that they do not need to take responsibility for their own lives, because you will always be there to catch them, to fix them, to carry them. And in the process, you are teaching yourself that you are not allowed to rest, that you are not allowed to have your own struggles, that your needs do not matter as much as everyone else's. This is not love, my friend. This is exhaustion disguised as devotion. What if I told you that the most loving thing you could do is let them walk their own path? What if stepping back is not abandonment, but respect? Respect for their journey, respect for their ability to learn, respect for their right to face their own consequences and discover their own strength. You have been holding on so tightly because you are afraid of what will happen if you let go. But what is happening right now while you hold on? You are tired. You are frustrated, you are losing yourself, and they are not changing. Your grip is not helping them. It is only hurting you. The guilt will come, my friend. I cannot promise it will not. When you begin to step back, when you begin to set boundaries, when you begin to say no, the guilt will whisper that you are selfish, that you are abandoning them, that you are not enough. But this guilt is old programming. It is the voice of everything you were taught about what it means to be good, to be loving, to be worthy. And it is lying to you. You are not selfish for protecting your peace. You are not abandoning them by letting them be responsible for themselves. You are not failing by acknowledging that you cannot control outcomes that were never yours to control. You are learning. You are growing. You are choosing yourself, not instead of them, but alongside them. And this, my friend, is not betrayal. This is wisdom. There is something I want to share with you, something that changed everything for me when I finally understood it. The Buddha taught something simple but profound. He said that attachment to what we cannot control is the root of our suffering. Let that settle for a moment. Not attachment to people, not love, but attachment to outcomes, to change, to control. When you love someone, you want good things for them. This is natural. This is beautiful. But when you become attached to controlling their choices, to forcing their growth, to guaranteeing their happiness, this is when suffering begins, for you, and often for them too. You see, there is a difference between love and attachment, between caring and carrying, and understanding this difference will change your life. Love says, I want you to be happy. Attachment says, I need you to be happy in the way I think you should be happy. Love says, I believe in you. Attachment says, I will make you change because I cannot bear to watch you struggle. Love says, I am here for you. Attachment says, I will fix this for you, even if you do not want me to, even if it destroys me in the process. Can you feel the difference, my friend? When you hold too tightly to how things should be, you lose sight of what is. You stop seeing the person in front of you and start seeing only your vision of who they could be, who they should be, who you need them to be. And in that gap between what is and what you wish was, suffering grows. Now listen closely because this is important. Detachment is not coldness. It is not abandonment. It is not giving up on people you love. Detachment is release. It is saying, I love you, but I cannot carry you. I care, but I cannot control you. I will be here, but I will not drown trying to save you. This is not cruelty, my friend. This is wisdom. This is how you love without losing yourself. This is how you care without breaking. You cannot heal someone who will not face their own wounds. You cannot teach someone a lesson they are not ready to learn. You cannot force growth on someone who is not ready to grow. And this is not your failure. This is simply the truth of how change works. People change when they are ready, not when you are ready, not when you have suffered enough for them. When they are ready. Your job is not to make them ready. Your job is to be there when they are, and to live your own life in the meantime. I know this feels like you are giving up. I know it feels like you are turning your back on them. But my friend, you have been holding on so tightly that you have forgotten. You cannot save someone by drowning with them. You can stand on the shore and offer them your hand. You can call to them. You can believe in them. But you cannot jump into the water and carry them to safety if they are not willing to swim. This is the practice of detachment, not detachment from love, but detachment from outcomes, from control, from the belief that you are responsible for other people's choices. When I was younger, maybe 50 or so, I spent years trying to help someone I loved dearly. And no matter what I did, nothing changed. I exhausted myself. I neglected my own life, my own peace, my own path. And still, nothing changed. Until one day, I realized something. My attachment to fixing them was not helping them. It was only destroying me. And in my exhaustion, I had nothing left to give. Not to them, not to anyone, not even to myself. So I let go, not of love, but of control. And it was the hardest thing I have ever done. But you know what happened? When I stepped back, when I released my grip, something shifted. Not in them, not at first, but in me. I could breathe again. I could see clearly again. I could live my own life again. And eventually, they found their own way. Not because I forced them, but because I finally gave them the space to do it themselves. This is what I want for you, my friend. This breathing room, this clarity, this peace that comes when you finally put down what was never yours to carry. You can love deeply and let go gently. Both things can be true at once. My friend, Now we come to the practice, the path forward, how to actually do this. Protect your peace. This is not selfish. This is necessary. There are people in your life right now who will take everything you give and still ask for more. Not because they are bad people, not because they do not love you, but because they have not learned to save themselves. And as long as you keep saving them, they never will. You cannot teach someone a lesson they are not ready to learn. You cannot force awareness on someone who refuses to see. You cannot heal someone who will not face their own wounds, and trying to do so will only exhaust you. So here is what I want you to do. Move back, not with anger, not with bitterness, not with resentment, but with love, with wisdom, with the understanding that stepping back is not abandonment. It is respect, respect for their journey, and respect for your own. Give them space, the kind of space that says, I believe you are capable of figuring this out. The kind of space that says, I trust you to walk your own path, even if I do not agree with every step you take. This is hard, my friend. I know, because you want to help, you want to fix, you want to make everything better. But sometimes the most loving thing you can do is let them struggle, let them fall, let them learn the lessons that only struggle can teach. Let them walk their path, even if it breaks your heart to watch. Now, I want you to practice something with me, a practice of release. It is simple, but it is powerful. Release the argument you cannot win. You know the one, the conversation you keep having in your mind, the points you rehearse, the perfect words you search for. Release it. You will not win it, not because you are wrong, but because some people are not ready to hear the truth, no matter how gently you speak it. Release the person who will not change. You have tried, you have given, you have poured your heart into helping them, and still they remain the same. This is not your failure. This is their choice. Release them. Love them from a distance. But stop trying to force transformation on someone who is not ready for it. Release the outcome you cannot guarantee. You want things to turn out a certain way. You want the best for them. But my friend, you are not in control of outcomes. You never were. Release the need to know how things will end. Release the need to make everything turn out right. Do what you can. And then let go. Release the past you cannot rewrite. The things you wish you had said differently. The choices you wish you had made. The moments you wish you could go back and change. Release them. You cannot rewrite the past. You can only move forward with the wisdom you have gained from it. Not because you do not care, my friend, but because your life is still unfolding, and you cannot live it if your hands are full of what was never yours to hold. This is the practice. Every day, sometimes every hour, you will need to release again, because the mind is stubborn. It wants to hold on. It wants to control. It wants to fix. And gently, patiently, you will need to remind yourself, this is not mine to carry. There will be moments when you feel guilty, when you wonder if you are doing the right thing, when the voice in your head whispers that you are giving up, that you are selfish, that you should try harder. And in those moments, I want you to remember this. You have already tried. You have already given. You have already poured yourself out. And it was never your responsibility in the first place. Protecting your peace is not about building walls. It is about knowing where you end and others begin. It is about loving people without losing yourself. It is about being there without being consumed. You can still care. You can still be kind. You can still offer support. but you do not have to carry them. You do not have to fix them. You do not have to make their journey easier by sacrificing your own peace. This is the path forward, my friend. One release at a time, one boundary at a time, one moment of choosing yourself without guilt. It will not be easy, but it will be worth it. Because on the other side of this release is something beautiful, something you have forgotten, your own life, your own peace, your own freedom. My friend, I want to tell you about something that is coming, something beautiful, something you may not believe right now, but I promise you it is true. A time will come when you realize that letting go was not loss. It was freedom. All this energy you have been pouring into trying to control what you cannot control, into fixing people who are not ready to be fixed, into changing situations that are beyond your power to change, all of this energy will return to you, and you will pour it into your own life, your own growth, your own peace, and you will breathe deeper than you have in years. I know this because I have lived it. I know this because I have watched it happen again and again in people who finally found the courage to let go. When you stop carrying what was never yours to carry, something shifts. Space opens up. Space for you. Space for your own dreams, your own needs, your own quiet moments of rest. You will wake up one morning and realize you are not exhausted anymore. You will go through an entire day without replaying that conversation in your mind. You will feel light in a way you had forgotten was possible. This is not because the people you love have suddenly changed. This is not because all your problems have disappeared. This is because you finally remembered something important. You are not responsible for everything, only for yourself. And that is enough. That is more than enough. The guilt will fade, my friend. I promise you. The voice that tells you that you are selfish, that you are abandoning people, that you are not doing enough. It will grow quieter, and in its place you will hear something else. Your own voice, calm, clear, free. You will learn to love people without fixing them. You will learn to care without drowning. You will learn that you can be kind, you can be supportive, you can be there for others, and still protect your own peace. And the people in your life? Some of them will change, not because you forced them to, but because you finally gave them the space to do it themselves. Some of them will not change, and you will be okay with that, because their choices are not your responsibility. You will discover that you have time again, time for things that bring you joy, time for rest, time for yourself, and you will not feel guilty about it. You will feel grateful. So here is what I want to give you today. Permission. Permission to stop carrying what is not yours. Permission to love people without fixing them. Permission to care without drowning. Permission to step back. Permission to rest. Permission to live your own life. You are not broken, my friend. You never were. You are not cold. You are not selfish. You are not giving up. You are learning to be free. And this freedom, it will change everything. Not all at once, not in dramatic sweeping ways, but quietly, gently, in small moments of peace that grow into days, then weeks, then a life you barely recognize because it is so much lighter than the one you have been living. You deserve this, my friend. You deserve to breathe easy. You deserve to sleep through the night without worry. You deserve to wake up and think about your own day, your own life, your own happiness. You have given so much. You have tried so hard. You have loved so deeply. And now, It is time to give some of that love to yourself, not instead of others, alongside them, as part of them, because when you finally stop drowning, you can actually be there for the people you love, not as their savior, not as their fixer, but as someone who is whole, who is rested, who is free. And that, my friend, is the greatest gift you can give to them and to yourself. So let go, not with fear, but with trust. Trust that life will unfold as it needs to. Trust that people will find their own way. Trust that you are allowed to rest. Trust that this is not the end of your love for them. It is the beginning of your love for yourself. And watch what happens. Watch how the freedom comes. Watch how the peace settles in. Watch how you remember, slowly, what it feels like to be you. Just you. Not carrying anyone else. Not responsible for anyone else. Just you. And you are enough. You have always been enough. This is what I want you to carry with you. Not guilt, not worry, not the weight of everyone else's choices. But this, you are enough. Your life matters. Your peace matters. You are allowed to protect it. Go gently, my friend. Be kind to yourself and know that I am here believing in your freedom, even when you cannot believe in it yourself. You are going to be okay. Better than okay. You are going to be free.